Hello. Today I'm going to be flipping through the newest issue of Artful Blogging. As you can see, it says visually inspiring online journals. And right off the bat, up front, we have gorgeous, gorgeously simple little photos. So that is the new issue. Let's see what they have for us. There is an offer for a magazine called Mingle, and I don't think I'll be getting that magazine, but I guess it's all about how to entertain. This is the letter from the editor, and I'm not going to read that all, at least not right now, but it's a letter from the editor and responses to the magazine from other bloggers. We have our table of contents. And then we have a lovely table set. And you can see flowers and a vase right on the table set. And this is a challenge by Vanessa Pleasance. And I will read to you here the beginning of her article. Starting a blog was not my idea or even something I was very excited about doing. My friend Jana and I run the Vintage Whites Market, which is a vintage event that started in my garage and now takes place as an annual event in 4 different states. Jana and I thought we should start a blog to help spread the word of our market. I hated taking pictures and I hated writing, but I did like putting together pretty displays to photograph. So at least there was one fun element from the start. After 5 years of blogging, I finally grew to actually love, taking interior photos. I have begun taking photos of other people's homes, and it is something that I would never have learned to do or enjoy if it weren't for the blog. It's amazing how giving yourself a challenge and doing something new can lead to finding new loves and passions in your life. Now there's more to this article, but I won't read the whole thing, but we will flip through and take a look at her pictures. In this one you can see a piano with a chair and a table neatly set. And this one has a bed that looks like it has an iron bedpost that was painted white but was then chipped. Here's a picture of a sink, and honestly, the table tells me that this is a kitchen, but with that cute little box up there, it almost has an old school sort of bathroom feel to it. It looks like a little medicine cabinet. Here we have a comfy looking chair, a blanket, and another table set. Have a table again, a pretty shot of a plate, and this room right here, which is very pretty, and there's a lot of play of light and shadow. So that's pretty. That's interesting. And I think that it's nice to look at these photos, and this is just a very beautiful magazine. And I would say that even if you don't blog, it might be worth picking up a copy, because the focus is visually inspiring blogs. And so if you like photography, there's a lot of very pretty photography. Here's another article combining storytelling and photography. And as I have read the magazine, I can tell you that this article is about a woman for whom the photographs come first and the blog post comes later. And she has some nice photography. She travels around. There's a happy photograph. This cat looks both scared and a little scary. Bicycle riding, and you can see the graffiti. See what she has here. I like this one. Unfortunately, they printed it over the bend in the page. But look at all these colorful stones. This one weirds me out a little bit, but it's interesting. Here we have an old watch. Or no, that's not a watch. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's a thermometer or a pressure. And this is an interesting photo. And if you want to check out more of her work, her name is Kayla Doolan, and she is at the Dainty Squid. This is a pretty page, and I like all the splatters of paint. And this is called Recapturing the Creative Person by Lori Plyler. And hers is an interesting story because she is a very creative person, someone who reminds me of me. She says here that you may have said at one point or another in your creative life that there aren't enough hours in the day to do all of the projects on your to-do list. I went even deeper to include such words as enough days in my life. That that's how full my creative cup was. And that's a lot how I am. But Lori, unfortunately, became ill. She became ill, it says here, with Graves' disease, an autoimmune disorder involving the thyroid. This made her have an underactive metabolism and become very tired. And she used her blogging to keep on top of her creativity and give her an extra push, since her troubling health concerns made it difficult to work at the frenetic pace she had been working at. So this was a very inspiring article. And that's a very nice little painting right there. That is very pretty. That is very pretty. That is very pretty. I even dog-eared this page. There are some things on it that I want to come back to. So, all sorts of interesting things. Another blog, another interesting story. And I would like to be where she is at some point, looking out over that particular vista. These are very foggy photographs. They're very pretty. They're very gentle, although I must say I do prefer more of a pop of color. But one of the cover images actually came from this blogger, and I do love this one. The girl standing in the woods with the stumped trees. Another photo in the woods, another photo of the woods. You may notice that the woods in the photographs are very beautiful. I think, yes, it says here, this photographer, this young blogger, is from Germany. And of course, Germany is well known for their beautiful woodlands. Here we see, it looks like maybe a blueberry pie or some kind of pie in the making. I don't really make pies, so I don't know for sure. And it is called The Fan's Demise. And just to sort of give you a summary, this is an article about a young woman who was working in a job that she felt was going nowhere, and one day the fan broke and it was the last straw, and she quit and started writing and blogging. I'm going to circle in on my favorite here. The grapes. They're so beautiful. You know, grapes are just these orbs of purple. Pie. Liquid. Pouring in. So there's all sorts of things here. So if you're interested in that website, that is where I would go. Here's a good shot in the water, looking toward the mountains. This is called A Journey into Artful Blogging. And you can see some interesting digital journaling right here. Very, very blue. And this is about an older woman who was 60 and was given a computer, and her daughter made her keep it, and she got very good at it, and she and a pen pal that lived 12,000 miles away got into photo editing programs and started doing art journaling, digital journaling, and helping each other improve. More text, different journals. The one with the girl in the red dress is kind of pretty. And this kind of digital journaling with the older Victorian looking people is very, very popular and has been for a little while. I'm not sure why everyone has to look so old school, but they do. But here's an interesting one of a girl swinging on a rope held by hands, and another girl with a blue sort of Alice in Wonderland dress. And this one says, "A stitch in time saves a wardrobe malfunction." And this says, "Completely green." Do you see a nice green rug here with a green little bear? Green garland. And if you look, I just love these little decorative eggs. So these are really quite cute. And in these pages, she shows off a lot of very cute things from her blog. So I'm gonna show you some of those, and we can see what you think. This page doesn't have the cute factor, but is very, very, very pretty and has some texture with fabric. Here are more decorated eggs, but this has a gold bunny, a gold turtle, and a gold, maybe it is a ladybug or some kind of beetle. So that's very pretty. Here's something else cute I wanted to show you. The 3 pairs, faintly painted, just stained a little bit, dipped in glitter, and given these cute faces. I really love cute things like this. Pillow she did, once again, with a lot of texture. Cloth. And here's another cute picture, a little circle of baby booties in a variety of pale but very lively colors. It's not everyone who can work with a pale palette and keep it lively at the same time. So I thought that was really good and was glad to see that. Honestly, this article has some of my favorite photos, although soon we will get to one that has some more. And here is another one that I just love. Look at this pink dress, like sort of a cape factor, flowing out behind this dark-haired feminine just beautiful. And those very dark woods. Oh, it's just lovely. So let's explore some photos. Beautiful. And then another woman with a blue dress that looks like painting and purple flowers. When I was a little kid, blue and purple were my favorite colors, and I was always told that they could never go together. I guess the people who told me that were wrong. This is a very interesting photograph. This is a very interesting photograph. So, is this? You see a woman with horses, and there's sort of a fantasy feel. A young woman looking at a castle. A young woman looking over her vista. There are birds. You can see Artful Blogging, summer 2016. A blissful pastime, and you can see the dresses, and you can see little decorations. Oh, here's where it gets really pretty for this article. I'll start with the dress on the right, but what you really want to look at are the roses up the center and the corner photo with a little bit of pink fabric and lace. And here we see one of the images from the cover. It's always nice to do a sort of hide and seek to find those images of supplies, of a wall decoration, of a cat on either a vintage dresser or a deliberately antiqued dresser. Let's see, this was a short article, so let's go on to the next one. This is called Seeking Out Beauty by Cheryl Source. I have scissors and little, it looks like gingerbread hearts. Oh, this is bright. Check out these painted paper plates. Very bright, very beautiful. And these cupcakes or little muffins with pink dotted X's on them. A little less clear what those are. And this one is Hooray being made. Very, very pretty picture. Roses. No tulips. I'm so used to roses. This magazine, every issue has many issues or many pictures of roses. But here we have lots of pink tulips, and roses and tulips are among my favorite flowers. Packages. This is an article called Artistry with a Few Clicks by Michelle Shevland. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be, the Beatles. And so once again we are on a page about digital journaling. Overlaying images, you can see there is the image of a young boy overlaid over alien Same sort of deal. And this article is special because it gives instructions on how to make this sort of art if it is something you are interested in doing. So if you're interested, I would go down to your local Books A Million, and or maybe Barnes & Noble, maybe they have it, I'm not sure, but I know Books A Million does, and I would pick up a copy of Artful Blogging. More digital journaling, and this artist likes to make things blurry, so you'll see that a lot is blurred. This article is where a blogger outgrows their old diary blog and starts a new chapter in their blogging. And these are cute photos of the kids, but the little one has a face and the big one doesn't. This is an adorable photo of her baby looking into a mirror on a door. This is pretty. And blogging really does challenge a lot of people to look at their world in a new and exciting way, to keep coming up with images and content every day or every other day or every week. The two small children playing. Definitely a nice image, very sweet. This blogger has cute kids. This is called Discovering Style, and we have a page that is a sort of spread of food photography. So that's interesting. I like the use of red on this page, all the berry colors. It's very pretty. Gathered. That would be something nice to hang, maybe in a formal living room, if you went a little bit vintage, or in your dining room. More food. Lots and lots of food. This dessert looks good. This looks good also. And this looks interesting right here. So, and I'm sorry that the camera dances around so much, but in this case it is easier for me. You know, when you flip through a magazine like this and you want to show pictures, it is easier. It makes more sense to move the camera than to have the magazine dancing back and forth and up and down. So this is the way I've been doing it. But if it's bothering anybody, you can let me know in the comments. I do read comments. This is called The Girl in the Boots. And she talks about key courses she took to jumpstart her creativity and sort of give her a boost. And one of the things she mentions and really focuses on is a self-portraiture class. And now I want to take a self-portraiture class. I like self-portraiture, you know. I used to make fun of people who always took the selfies because it seemed so self-aggrandizing, but you know, it's nice when people are confident in themselves and feel beautiful. And also, self-portraiture tells you about people's travels and where they have been. You get to see where they are, so that's interesting. And self-portraiture is interesting because if you choose self-portraiture to help you make art, if you choose to make yourself the subject, especially now that we have phones with cameras, you can start creating art. You can take artistic pictures and you can use the same phone that you took the picture with to find editing programs and really make something beautiful. So self-portraiture gives you a lot of versatility in art. And here are her boots. This is about the girl in boots. And this picture isn't self-portraiture, but this is one of the included pictures. And this is, you can see her foot in the background. Self-portraiture doesn't have to just be your smiling face in while you're wearing nightclub clothes and standing with 20 friends. There we go. Stay True by Mary Alice Patterson. Let's look at this. Beautiful flowers in a jar, an old clock. You can see that the background of the clock is yellowed. More, you can see a big sort of carafe of flowers and a little tea set. This is very chipped wood, very textured. And this is interesting, a jar with text taped to it. And you can see purple flowers and letters coming out. Flowers. You see that clock again. An article on blog photography tips. Interesting. Sort of self-portraiture here. Night mask, candle. And this whole article is, just giving tips about tripod and remote, natural light practice, tips for doing good photography for your blogs or whatever you do photography for. In this shot, the girl is wearing an apron that says "Bloom where you are planted." And of course she has to be holding flowers for that, but I've always liked that saying. Maker's gonna make. That's cute, and I like her buttons. And here is sort of the end of the magazine, the now available section. This magazine is made by Stampington and Company, and they make all sorts of crafting oriented and lifestyle magazines. So there's Somerset Digital Studio, which is all about digital art and digital journaling, and you got to see a preview of that in this magazine. Where Women Cook, Somerset Home, Where Women Create, the business version, Somerset Memories, which is kind of a scrapbooking magazine. Apronology, all about making, wearing, decorating aprons. This is about the submission process, should you want to be in the magazine. Advertising that the magazines are available on tablets. But if I got my magazines on tablets, I wouldn't be able to flip through them like this. All sorts of interesting pictures. Banners we love. There's different blogging banners, mostly from the blogs featured in this issue. Now, there are some very pretty banners. A list of an index of featured bloggers from the premiere issue in 2007 on to today. I like that they have that. I like to browse those blogs. There's let's see, anything here that you might like to see. Submit, which we already went over. Tools to get you blogging. So, all sorts of things that you might want to look at. And where. Do's and don'ts of blogging under here in the category of blogging etiquette. This is a section I haven't seen before, but apparently they're giving good advice on what to do if you want to blog or engage with the blogging community. More images from magazines that I carry. Very pretty shot because all of the covers they make for all of their magazines, and I was only able to show you a few, are beautiful. And that's the end. We have Bella Grace coming out the next issue, June 1. So that is the newest issue of Artful Blogging.